Some people are born bad, but Rhiannon's different. She was forced to be a bad one by her miserable life. Just one chance, and she'll fully release the beast inside. Rhiannon had the talent to be a killer since she was a kid. Her mom left home when she was 8, and hasn't come back yet. When Rhiannon was at school, she was ignored and isolated by classmates, even treated like air by them. Even if she was bumped into by classmates, it seemed like nothing happened in their eyes. Rhiannon hated that feeling, so when she was upset, she often grabbed her own hair. As time passed, her hair got less and less, which made Rhiannon have to wear a wig. Finally graduated, Rhiannon went to work in a company. She thought things would get better. Unexpectedly in the company, she still had no sense of presence, so serious that when the boss threw his coat, he didn't even see her there. Luckily Rhiannon had been used to it since she was a kid. At times like this she'd only be angry for a few seconds, and could digest the negative emotions by herself. But besides the boss, other colleagues in the company also treated her like air.
Actually, everybody at work.
After work, Rhiannon waited for the bus by the roadside. Just saw her ex-boyfriend across the street. Rhiannon wanted to say hello to him, but her ex-boyfriend just pretended not to see her, which made Rhiannon very sad. She sent a message to her sister, who knew her sister didn't reply even though she'd read it. Luckily Rhiannon still had a father who loved her. She went to the hospital to visit her sick father. Unexpectedly Rhiannon called out several times, but her father didn't respond. Rhiannon got a shock, thought her father had gone to heaven. Just when she was about to find the doctor, it turned out it was just her father's prank. Rhiannon finally breathed a sigh of relief. Then Rhiannon cut a small piece of bread for her father to eat, but unexpectedly something went wrong. Her father choked on it right after eating. Rhiannon quickly ran out to look for the doctor, but when she and the doctor came back, her father had passed away. Rhiannon thought how could she be so unlucky? Just came to visit her father, and even ended up harming him, suddenly. Luckily Rhiannon walked a bit slower, otherwise she'd be reunited with her father right away. All the things that happened during this period made Rhiannon's anger reach its peak, and the bad seed in her heart also started to sprout. The next day, Rhiannon held a funeral for her father, but unexpectedly on such an important day, her sister was late, and was the last one to arrive at the scene. When the funeral was over and ready to see the guests off, Rhiannon discovered a terrifying scene. This scene made Rhiannon think of the shadow from her school days. The scene was almost exactly the same, and what made Rhiannon break down the most was Julia with glasses.
What is she doing here? She moved back, she wanted to pay her respects.